Although the following contains colors and images that might look like animation, this is not meant for kids. Viewer discretion is advised. Oh yeah, please don't fuck with anyone mentioned in this video because COPPA and YouTube say so, and that way I don't get fined copious amounts of money. With that said, let go. Well, I'm back. If you're new, I'm Vic Blanco, and I make videos. If you're not new, sorry for the wait, and thanks for remembering I exist. Even now I didn't think I'd still be doing this shit. But here I am, and there you are. Both of us ready to roast the dog shit out of some internet scum. And today, I will not disappoint. This all started a few months ago while I was scrolling through Reddit like I tend to do when I want to separate my thoughts from the mild depression that constantly creeps up and gnaws away at me like a baby hyena nursing on its mother's teeth. And I come across an insensitive cocksucker wearing an obnoxious hat. Not that cocksucker, this cocksucker. This is MC GUI, a Brazilian pop star that apparently is pretty popular and pretty rich. Something compelled this asshole to fly to the United States and visit Orlando, Florida with his Brazilian concubines in order to attend some amusement parks. Nothing wrong with that at all. In fact, the reason I didn't post for the past 2 months was because I did exactly that. My sister, Schmenna Bby, and I all took a holiday to visit Harry Potter World, whatever the fuck it's called at Universal Studios. We also spent time with family and all that good shit. But what this asshole thought would be a good idea was to film himself openly mocking and laughing at a little girl who obviously was wearing a wig due to some ailment, possibly cancer, while he also filmed his slut brigade co-signing his unfunny, cruel bullshit, as well as a very obvious acknowledgement of aforementioned abuse. Now, what he said was spoken in Portuguese or whatever language he speaks natively, I'm not sure. No disrespect to the language, I was just too angry to give a fuck in all honesty. But trust me, the language did not matter. That little girl clearly knew she was being ridiculed, and you can see the pain all over her face. Supposedly he said something like, "Look, it's a monster," or "Look at that monster." Again, I give zero f***s about what he was saying, because that little girl's face was enough for me to want to take that goofy hat and do some shit that YouTube would probably shut me down for just saying. I obviously blurred the girl's face to protect her identity, and also because I don't think I want to be responsible for making anybody else see something that makes them want to simultaneously cry and hurt someone else at the same time. It's f***ed up. I immediately turned and looked at Schmenna Bby, who was also watching the video with me, and said, "This is the next motherfucker I'm doing a video on." This was back in October. So I sat down and started Googling and searching, and I saw that Ethan Klein actually spoke about it on his podcast and even posted a clip on his highlight channel. So I was like, f*** it, for a couple reasons. One, my disdain for Ethan should be pretty obvious by now, and last thing I need is someone trying to say I'm ripping him off this early in my YouTube career, whatever it is. And two, as much as I don't like Ethan, I have to admit back in the day, he used to be pretty f***ing good at ripping apart shitty people like this. So I let it go. Let it up to Ethan. Tried to calm myself down and kept working on some other projects that I've been spending more time on. I regret not watching that podcast clip. Anyway, a few weeks go by. I ignore the few people that are asking me when my next video is coming out because I'm a living, breathing, walking and my sister Schmenna Bby and I jump on a plane to Florida for our holiday. The entire time we're at Universal Studios, I can't help but see the look of wonder and excitement on Jessie, my sister's, and Schmenna Bby's face as they see Harry Potter, a series that meant the world to them growing up, come to life right in front of their faces. That in turn made me stop and look at the children experiencing the same type of wonder all around me, and then go right back to thinking about the look on that little girl's face as MC GUI and his friends literally crushed his soul. From the video you could tell it was one of those shuttle buses that take you from the parking lot into the park. It was probably the very beginning of that little girl's Disney World experience. That means this pretentious little f*** of Brazilian horse shit probably ruined not only that girl's day, but her entire perception of Disney World as a whole. Now how f***ed fucked up is it to take something that is so ingrained in American culture as the pinnacle of a child's introduction to amazement and wonder and dreams come true as the experience of visiting Disney World for the first time, and for this grown, unappreciative, spoiled little pop star who has had it all handed to him to come and shit on all that? It was something I couldn't let go of. I promised myself, Ethan Klein and his H3 podcast, I had something to say, and the second I touched down back in Jersey, I would get back to work. So as soon as I got home, I decided to take a look at Ethan's video. You know, so I wouldn't make the same jokes as him, raise the same arguments, blah blah blah, that type of shit. I wanted to be original with my take. As soon as I watched the video, I realized I was a straight duck for not following my intuition in the beginning. What the fuck was I thinking? Okay, let me break it down. So, this is just a barely over 3-minute clip. It's called something like Scumbag of the Decade Award, but it doesn't even give the guy's name in the title. It just says Brazilian singer. Now, Ethan, of all people, must know how important the title of a YouTube video is in exposing people, but he just says Brazilian singer. As you all can tell by now, I put H3H3 Ethan Klein and MC GUI at the forefront of my title for this video. F the bullshit. Within the first 20 seconds, Ethan proves he did not research this at all by stating MC GUI was in LA for a gig and went to Disneyland. Motherfucker, this happened at Disney World in Orlando, Florida, not LA, all the way on the opposite coast of this country. Ethan could not be bothered to even research the bare minimum of this incident, just like every other story he's been called out for skimming. From there, he goes on not to censor the little girl's face at all and provide more ridicule for her to his millions of subscribers. And he played the video multiple times. What does he not get about this? He is literally trying to say he cares about this little girl, but then proceeds to embarrass her even more because he obviously has more viewers here in the United States than MC GUI will ever have. Ethan, it takes 2 seconds to edit a goddamn clip, my dude. You have a kid of your own. How do you not get this? Nothing is more infuriating than hearing him say,
"At Disneyland, my dude."
No, f you, Ethan. Do a little research, it was Disney World. You can literally see this poor child pulling down on her wig because she knows, and it's bloody heart-shattering. Of course, Ethan, the big brain that he is, immediately knows it's a little girl with cancer.
The girl with cancer with fake hair.
How does he know she has cancer if he doesn't even know where the f this took place? She could have any number of complications from cancer to alopecia or to any other ailment I have no business of prying into. The moral is, some asshole made fun of a child on a day and at a place that was supposed to be the most pleasant memory she would ever have in her life. Shit, it gets even worse. You have no idea. Ethan blows so many dicks it's not even funny anymore. He literally says this.
Can you at least not do it in her face?
Motherfucker, are you kidding me? How about, can you at least not do it at all, ever, fucking period, go kill yourself. I just don't fucking understand, honestly I don't. Then Ethan says something like,
and I hope that this little girl Disney reaches out to and gives a lifetime pass to Disney. That would be a magical thing, wouldn't it?
Hey, Ethan, you're a goddamn millionaire. A Disney World annual pass ranges from $700 to $1,000, bruh. You could at least track her down and do that to get the ball rolling and bring some attention to this whole story. Back in October, I didn't watch this clip and I regret it, because this actually meant something to me, so now I'm trying to make up for it. Ethan approached this in a really softball way, and due to recent developments, I have my own theory on why he did this, but I'll get to that in a little bit. For now, we have a Brazilian pop star to rip the f apart. Okay, so trying to approach this from a journalistic perspective, because believe it or not, I went to school for that shit, I'm gonna give you a little insight into MC GUI's life. But because I could give 2 f***s about this shithead, I just translated his Wikipedia. MC GUI was born Guilherme Castanheira Alves, on May 19, 1998, which would make him 21 years old, aka old enough to know better at the time of releasing this video. Long story short, his career started as a joke. Big surprise. And along the way, his brother Gustavo Matuos Castanera died from cardiac arrest. Later on, an expert suggested it was a cocaine overdose, aka rich kids don't know how to party. Forgive my lack of sympathy or empathy or I don't know, I don't care. I feel like they were all pieces of shit. On a side note, my reason for coming to this conclusion: when you grow up in a country stricken with as much poverty as Brazil, you usually don't have enough money to overdose on your drug of choice. You only have enough money to keep you trapped in a cycle of drug abuse, unless you're a spoiled little cunt that goes on to make fun of children in an amusement park. Trust me, I got videos coming up on topics like this. Give me time to grow, damn it. From there, in October 2016, MC GUI got arrested for essentially driving his luxury Land Rover too fast on the highway and having outstanding tickets. Do you hate this piece of shit yet? Then in 2018, his father's producer had documents and drugs seized by the Brazilian police. How many of you can say your father has a producer? Oh yeah, MC GUI definitely got a record deal based on his talent. The only other thing in his Wikipedia is the controversy that arose as a result of him bullying a sick little girl. After the backlash, he tried to say he was only stating that she looked like Boo from Monsters Inc. But of course, I call bullshit because, well, it's fucking bullshit. Check his Instagram. He's still being a self-entitled. As a result, there is a change.org petition to ban him from all Disney parks, and you're welcome to sign that if it's still up. Frankly, I say the opposite. Let him come back. But when he comes back, let him meet up with that little girl's father, mother, aunt, uncle, or whoever loves us so that MC GUI can be taught how much it hurts to witness a child you love's soul being crushed by some entitled little cocksucker who had it all handed to him. I'm still gonna make him pay for what he did in the only way I know how. I'm going to the internet and theoretically bend him over and from his ass to his nostrils. Theoretically, I said. So, MC GUI, you want to go ahead and make fun of little kids? That's a bold move when your career literally started when you were a child 6 years ago, approximately at around the age of 14. There's tons of video proof of it. So I only see fit to let the world know just how cringe and shitty you were at that age. Fortunately for you, you don't have an illness that not only makes you need a wig when you need to go out in public, you get to live. But I'll do my part to make sure you aren't in the media that long. I fucking hate this shit. I literally started with the music video for this shit song LK, in which this bird-chested shirtless child constantly bragged about his Lamborghini, yet shot the entire video in front of a Ferrari. It's literally so easy to look good in front of expensive cars in a music video. That's all you got to do. Unless you prove your absolute stupidity by not knowing what expensive car you made your daddy rent for you. For some reason, the song Rana do Ballet got popular and he was able to perform this song with a young lady by the name of MC Pocahontas. Apparently, all of Brazil's artists put an MC in front of their shitty names. So, when you translate this song's title, it means Queen of the Dance, and I've been to prison.
Call me shit right now! Bitch ass, look while you're doing it, it better not hurt me.
Long story, we'll get into it in the future. But I guarantee you, a real queen, quote unquote queen, would take MC GUI and make him dance all over the cell for some ramen soups. True story.
Booty was more important than food. Booty, a man's butt.
He obviously was foreshadowing his Disney scandal here, wearing that Prince Charming meets Mike Jackson meets Captain Crunch ensemble. Holy shit, he sucked. Fuck it, enough of this. I got more to cover and I'm not trying to make this so long. So now we got this trash has been viewed 23 million times. Beija or na beija. I think it means, look, I finally got the Lambo. Is this little boy getting groomed? Onision, you here, bro? Oh yeah, Onision's definitely here. I know this is one of my favorite insults, but bird chest, fucking bird chest. Should I say pájaro? Pájaro means bird. Is that better? Is that Portuguese? Fuck, it's Spanish. Whatever. Pájaro chest. I love the fact they had a girl his age but opted for pedophilia matched as a hologram. Your Honor, we never touched. It was
The Matrix.
Okay, last one, I promise. This talentless little piece of Brazilian mierda has 81 million views for this. Is there anything stupider and cringier than air electric guitar? Yes, air acoustic guitar. Honestly, what compelled this turd of a human being to come out in this Michael Jackson jacket, sounding like shit and doing this T-Rex bullshit? MC GUI, let me school you for a second. The person that you stole this jacket from was doing this way before he even destroyed some child at an amusement park.
I'll let you play with my monkey. Or better yet, we can blow bubbles.
You're on the right track, but you ain't got the talent. Go ahead and bleach your skin while you're still brown. All jokes aside, I do have a point to this video, which I promised I would get into. You see, YouTube is on some shit right now, and it is kind of the reason I've been hanging back without releasing a video. I wanted to pick the perfect time and the perfect topic for my triumphant return. So first came COPPA, whatever. By now, most everyone knows what that means, but in a nutshell, YouTube lost a lawsuit because of advertisements aimed at children and they had to pay a huge fine, I think. So as a result, now if you're a YouTuber creating content that can be deemed as aimed at children and you're shitty, well, then you can be fined 40 grand or something like that. Don't quote me on that. I drink a lot because of the aforementioned mild depression and I'm not reliable. As a result, everyone's scared, I guess. Honestly, due to the fact that my channel has a cartoon version of me and maybe somewhere someone might see it as a kid's channel because they're stupid, then maybe I'll get fined. My answer to that is the same answer I have for every bill collector. You can reach me at 973-862. You ain't getting shit. You see, this is America, so f you pay me. Next up, YouTube is now enforcing this new harassment policy that was apparently curated as a result of conversations directly with YouTube content creators. Now usually I pay this type of shit no mind because fuck it. It has no effect on me because I have like 30 subscribers and it really has never deeply affected the shit I watch on YouTube. Until I saw that iDubbbz's content COPPA on Leafy got removed from the platform. That was a big video. At this point, I acknowledged that Susan meant business. But then a way less known video got removed. Gokanaru's video on H3. Now hold the f up. I kinda get making an example of one of the bigger, more well-known quote-unquote videos going at a creator, but Gokanaru's video was nowhere near that realm. And it made very little sense on why it was targeted. Until Bowblax made a video that brought it to my attention. I'm sorry if someone else came at this first, but like I said, I was on a holiday, and it took me a while to get back in the swing of things, and Bowblax's video was the first one that kinda laid it all out there. As far as Ethan maybe being involved with this. You see, apparently YouTube started this whole new harassment policy as a result of talking directly with YouTube content creators. And as Bowblax points out in his video, Ethan himself met up with Susan, whatever the f her last name is. In addition, Bowblax credits Keemstar to pointing this out himself, and in response, Ethan sidestepped the topic in various ways. I'm obviously not trying to make this video too long, but I suggest you check out Bowblax's video for the entire story because, honestly, he did a great job. In a nutshell, YouTube came out with these new harassment policies, which essentially they claim are meant to stop bullying on the platform. YouTube claims these policies were created as a result of speaking directly with creators themselves, and one of the creators Susan met up with around the time these policies were written was H3H3 and Ethan Klein. Now that these new policies are being enforced, some of the more widely known and popular videos such as iDubbbz's content COPPA on Leafy have been removed. Do I agree with it? No. But do I kinda understand it from a T level? I mean, I guess. But what I don't understand is how Gokanaru's video on Ethan that arguably has received way less reception is on that list. The only reason I see for that is Keemstar's and Bowblax's argument that Ethan met up with Susan and pretty much snitched to her because of the backlash she was receiving from what I honestly believe was a fucking awesome video. This now leads me to my argument. You see, Ethan released his video on MC GUI at a substantially later time than his meeting with Susan and the release of these new harassment policies. This brings me to one of the reasons why I never watched the H3 podcast video on MC GUI in the first place. You see, I once was a fan of Ethan Klein. To be honest, the way he would roast and rip apart his targets would literally have me laughing out loud. H3H3 inspired me. At one point, he represented me to a T. The guy who was fed up. The guy who was sick and tired of being sick and tired and wanted to call bullshit on the world. So in October, I decided to put my negative feelings of Ethan to the side and at least trust that he would do the right thing by a sick little girl being bullied at Disney World and rip MC GUI an asshole so deep he could park an RV in that bitch. But Ethan didn't do that. And now in hindsight, I have a feeling I know why he didn't do that. He met with Susan just before these new harassment policies were being enacted. In October, he would have had these new policies in the back of his mind, and he made sure not to cross the bounds nor research the topic too much. He did the good guy thing, the thing he was expected to do. But he didn't do the H3H3 thing, the thing he did for years, the thing he did that got him his fan base in the first place. He played it safe because he knew the rules way before any of us knew them. And for that, he's a straight sucker. I mean, he dedicated more time and clips to Trisha Paytas flirting with him. This motherfucker is too self-centered to even recognize the troll in this. He cares more about a cup of Belle Delphine spit than this poor little girl. Fucking spit. You see, I made this video for a reason. It took me a while because I wanted it to be just right. I've watched all this shit slowly creeping up, and as a small YouTuber, super small, I knew I had nothing to lose, but I had a lot to say. I still get to have morals, unlike a lot of these fucks. And honestly, this was said during a Chrillcast podcast.
He has a certain righteous anger that really appeals to me. Like, you almost feel like he's right.
And I appreciate that sentiment. Also, I've had support from all these guys, including DWRelive, who keeps getting at me to make a new video, and I appreciate that. Even though I don't, because I'm shitty. I wish I just had a portion of their work ethic and consistency, because then I'd be able to say all the shit I need to say. But for now, I'm doing what I can, and I'm trying not to stop. The only thing left to say is, amidst all these harassment policies and nonsense, is YouTube removed the video on Leafy, a guy that was picking on kids that had it coming to him, and a video on H3H3's hypocrisy, which Ethan had it coming to him. And now I've released this video on individuals who have it coming to them by making fun of a sick child. So as was said in the Chrillcast,
I think Vic Blanco makes great content, and I hope he doesn't change. But I'm sure if he starts making money, he'll have to think about it, at least.
and trust me, I won't change. So the only thing left to say is, your move, YouTube. Are you gonna keep protecting these low lives that ridicule and possibly do way worse to children by taking down videos that quote unquote bully them just because they make the money and get the views, which pretty much proves you guys are the low lives? Or are you gonna get with the program? So, socials in the description. Shout out to Chrillcast, Nerd Talk Dan, DWRelive. They're all linked too. Schmenna Bby and I are working hard on the next Pleasant Green video, and it should be ready really soon, cause I'm not letting that go. Make sure you check out Schmenna Bby's stream and her socials. She's in the description too. Like, comment, subscribe, cause it helps me feel feelings, guys. I also have a Twitter where I tweet just as infrequently as I post YouTube videos, so that's also a thing. Appreciate your time, and everyone be safe. See you soon.
It's over in the morning, just to fall in love, just to fall in love, just to fall in love. I feel a habit forming, just to fall in love, just to fall in love, just to fall in love. Nobody has to know.